Hey, welcome to the 24-hour marketing mastermind. Sorry we are late. We want to make sure that we are actually live and that people can see us. Can everybody see us? Let's have a look. Should be working right now. Are we live? Yes, we are. I think we are. Just get the go ahead here. Yeah, great. Excellent. So, welcome to this hangout. Guys, we had such an awesome introduction for you, and it was, oh man, missed it. We'll do it next week. Things went a little awry because I had to reboot my computer, and the old code was there, and it wouldn't work, and I'm so sorry about this. So I just want to welcome everybody who is joining us today. We really got a super fantastic hangout today, and we want to share some really, really good strategies with you. And we're just going to go ahead and get Katie. You want to say hey to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
And Pops.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so we got some really, really good stuff happening here. I'm really excited to get into it. We're already 14 minutes into the hour, so we've got to get through this fairly quickly, but we're so sorry about the delay, guys. I do apologize. We can just blame Katie. It's okay. She'll take the blame. That's cool. No, we had some gremlins in the internet business. It happens every now and then. Being an IT guy, I feel quite embarrassed about this, but it always happens to the IT guy, for some reason or other. And I just wanted to say that we've got two strategies or two things that you can do to enhance your business, which I think is going to really work wonders. And if you put it into practice, it's going to help you. I know that if I had got started with this particular strategy that Katie is going to go over, it would have helped me tremendously, because I'm not the most organized person on the planet. All I know is that I want to get something done. I just do it, and I know this provides some order for some people. And I know not everybody's going to find this helpful, because a lot of people have their own way of working. That's fine. I just think that if you would open your mind and look at some of the things in there, that it might be quite helpful to you. So with that being said, Katie, take it away and talk about what you're talking about.
No problem. Okay, so what I want to share with is called the 4G, and this is, I got to give credit to Mike Hobbs. He shared this with us on a different hangout, and to my surprise, I was super excited to actually see that I've actually done most of the stuff that's on his list. Now, he is the type of guy that loves free leads, and I totally resonate with that. I love getting free leads, and like I said, it was to my surprise that I've already done some of this stuff. And when I go through this list, if you haven't seen it or not, I'm willing to bet you're going to say, oh, I do that, and you're going to feel like you're right on track. So, and the kind of takeaway I want you to get from this is it is a lot simpler than you think. You don't have to overcomplicate anything. All you have to do is say, okay, what's my end goal for the day? What do I got to do each day? And what's going to take me to get to that goal and get what I need to do in my business? And I believe to my core that this 4G is what I call the 4G baby. Is going to take, it's going to simplify things even more for you and organize everything. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So everybody can see that 4G daily prosperity checklist?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. So at the end of the hangout, I'm going to actually share the link to this list so you can actually take it yourself. You can save it as a PDF file. You can share it with your team. You can share it with, you can print it out and like do it as a check-off list or whatever you got to do. So it's pretty simple. So when you do part-time, they say 4 hours per day is part-time, and anything after that is full-time. Now, when I got started, I went head-on full-time. I'm doing everything that it takes to do this thing, and I didn't care how many hours I worked, because it wasn't work to me. It was building my business. So I don't look at it as work. But when you spend several hours a day, like I always say that I've never had a day off for my business since 2013, which is true because every day I'm thinking about something. Okay, what could I share today, or what value can I share today? You know, what can I do today to get to my end goal for my business? And actually, a little golden nugget for you: there's really no quote unquote end goal. There's just going to the next level. Okay, so like what Dave Rainica usually says, he's going to do this until he dies. Okay, so it's just you're just going to keep going. Okay, there's no stopping this. So you got to make a point right now. You're going to do this or you're not going to do this. So when you got to make a commitment right now. You're going to look at this list. You're here. You're going to commit to this list. You're going to do it every single day. And you're going to commit. You can even say it in the comments that, yes, I will commit to this 4G every single day starting now. Okay, so so here's the list. Let's just get it started. So when you start part-time, it's 4 hours a day. So this is going to be broken up to, this is what the 4G is. So it's grow, get leads, generate sales, and get off your butt. Okay, so we're going to break it down little what that means. So 1 hour a day is when you want to grow. So you want to read, you want to listen to audios, you want to do meditation, which I just started, which is amazing. So if you guys want to start meditation, you definitely want to do that. Affirmations, morning and night, and then skill set training. So let's go ahead and break that down and what I feel that what I do every day. And I can tell you what, you know, Pops and I, so we read every morning. Actually, we haven't really done it every single morning, but we take the intent to either get together and read, like we read separate, you know, separately, okay? Like I'll read my book or whatever every day for 15 minutes and then he goes and does his, but we try to do it every day where we come together and pretty much dissect Think and Grow Rich. So that's my goal for 2016 is actually go through the book. It may take me 6 months or it may take us 6 months, but we're going to dissect the Think and Grow Rich book. So we do it every single day as we read. And then another thing you want to do is you want to listen to audios. So you could basically, like what it says here, you do other things like driving and showering and stuff like that. What I've done is I've downloaded a lot of audios on my phone, and while I shower, I actually, I have sliding doors in my shower. So what I do is I kind of put my phone kind of wedged into the door and then put it on speaker and listen to audios while I shower. So that's doing income-producing activity while doing non-income producing activity, you know.
And where can you get these audios, Katie?
Well, there's actually, if you don't have the Elite right now, you have to get Elite. And I see Andre's here, and Andrea is here. She is I always called her the 21-day Andrea, so because she listened to these audios, she can contest. You'll see in the comments that, yes, these audios in the Elite Club, which is the inner circle, really are beneficial to your business. So if you don't have that, I'm going to have to tell you, you have to upgrade. It's well worth it. So I downloaded those. You can download them on your phone and listen to them anywhere. So you don't have to have Wi-Fi or internet access. I did a lot of it when I was driving and cleaning the house. So that's how you can turn non-income producing activities to income producing activities. So meditation, that's something new that I just started. Pops got me into that, and I've been listening to it for about a week or so, and it really helps me sleep at night and calms my nerves, you know, like, oh my gosh, I got so much to do the next day, but this is my time, and for me, even if it says 5 minutes, okay, that's super easy. You just clear your mind. And what tends to happen is that when you clear your mind and you allow, you just stop everything, like what you have to do, the next 10 minutes or so and then beyond, you can actually allow your mind to sit quiet, and then possibly, hopefully, something will come in, like an idea, or, you know, just to allow you to focus on that. So I think it's a great way to even just get ideas. So does anybody have any questions so far? Dad, do you want to touch on that a little bit, since you're like kind of like the meditation guy?
I can. I like to listen to it when I'm going to sleep. I think that's what you said too. And even if I, don't get the gist of it consciously, my subconscious will pick it up, and we all hear about how the subconscious actually influences what we do, and the more you put into your brain your mind is what's going to come on out to the outside, and so that helps with mindset and attitude and your overall look at life. And the more you can settle yourself down, the more you can look at other people and appreciate them, instead of actually, when you look at people in frustration, you're mirroring yourself.
Right.
So it depends on how you look at things.
Awesome, and that's why I call my pops the wisdom keeper. Lots to learn from him. The next thing is affirmations. Now, for those of you who don't know what an affirmation is, it's basically saying a fact, like something is true, like I am rich, or something like that. So now for me, I tend to do affirmations, and Mike Hobbs did touch on this when he did this list, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all about affirmation, where you actually form a question instead of saying a statement. And I learned this from Noah St. John and the Power Habit System. Okay, it's an audio that you can get on Amazon or whatever. If you want me to share that link at the end to show you where to get that, I can do that too. So basically, instead of stating that I am rich, because we tend to what? We say, well, no, I'm not, and you don't believe it. So affirmations, like, why was it so easy for me to blank this time? You know what I mean? It's like, why was it so easy for me to read 15 minutes a day every day, or something like that? You know, does that make sense? Pops, do you have a thought on that?
I'm sorry, I was distracted. What was that, Katie?
Oh, the affirmations. You listen to the Power Habit System just like I did.
Oh, Noah yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Noah St. John. You can pick that up anywhere, actually, from on the internet. And Noah St. John's, yeah, he wants you, instead of affirmations where you're talking about, talking to the universe about what you're going to have, you talk to the universe about what you have already accomplished or received. And you can better look at it in the now instead of in the future, and that'll affect apparently a little faster. I guess I've noticed some of that, but all the other stuff I'm doing, I don't know which is working the best.
So you just try it until, I believe in the affirmations. That seems to work for me. But what I also do is I pray in the morning and I pray at night. So I don't know what other people's religious, whatever you want to call it, either meditation or whatever, but I start my morning off with even something simple like thanking for the morning light. Like, I get one more day. It's a blessing to have another day to actually make a difference. And then at night, I pray about, like, keep my head, filled with ideas, and keep it clarity, make sure I'm humble as much as possible, just wishing for what I want in order to make it, make my goals come a lot easier, and to help a lot of people. And the skill set training, I think, is the most important, and basically for me on this list, it's like saving the best for last. So it says 40 minutes, and you can double the speed with an app. I think, Dad, do you know what that app is called? Again, I'm putting you on the spot tonight, but there's a speed app. If you want to try to research and find out what that is, and maybe share it in the comments so people can actually speed up. You know what I mean? I think you might have looked at that before, and see if you can find that. That would be awesome.
I got a bookmark. I'll find it.
Yep. Now, when I told you in the beginning that I went full time on this, it's because I didn't do 40 minutes of training. When there was an hour and a half video, I sat and took notes and listened to every single word in an hour and a half video. And sometimes I would go to another video. And then sometimes I would just do like that for like 4 hours, then take a break, and then come back and just keep learning and learning and learning. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that was just me. I have that attitude where I have to have something done, and I want it done now. Like it has to get done because I can't wait. So if you can't, take in that much information where maybe turn into mush after 40 minutes, then definitely go with either the 30 or 40 minutes and go at your own speed. So the kind of training that you want to get into is, what do you want to learn? So the training that we have in Empower Network, there's so much to go over because it's like a broad spectrum of, like, what are you? Are you brand new, or are you an expert, in the field? So there's like many different things that you can choose from. Like you want to start with marketing, or you want to start with sales, or you want to learn how to recruit. You want to stick with that kind of training and learn from it, okay, and then go on to the next thing. So whether you want to get the 15K formula when you want to learn about the solo ads, and I know that is Dave's favorite product, and then there's the other side of it where you want to learn how to build a team, how to keep a team, the importance of how to keep a team in the team builder formula, and also how to influence people, and that's basically learning the leadership skills, and that's actually my absolute favorite, is the mass influence. So that is pretty much the first hour. It sounds like a lot, but once you get into it, it's going to get a lot easier, and it's establishing a habit basically. So do we have any questions on the grow part?
Sorry, are your audios on? Are your videos on? Are your videos on?
My video?
Yeah.
You guys can see the 4G list, right?
No, I'm just saying because I can't see video anymore for some reason. Pops, can you?
No, I can't see Katie at all. Actually, I can't see you right now.
Yeah, I can't see you, Dave. Dad, or what do they say in the chat? Can they see the 4G?
No, they can't see the 4G. We're having technical issues again.
Oh, seriously, gremlins. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen and maybe take it into a new tab and try it that way. You did? Okay. Maybe because you're just in the next room, Pops. I don't know.
Wow. We are really having issues today. I hope this isn't too disturbing for everybody watching. Sorry, guys, about this. It happens every now and then. Google does something weird.
Can anybody see the 4G?
No one can see the 4G.
Jennifer see that? Jennifer sees it.
I see 4G. Okay.
Okay, so I switched tabs. It's actually in a new window, and I shared the screen in a brand new window. I mean, let's see if anybody can see that. Dave, can you see that at all?
I can't see anything. It might be on my side. Maybe everybody can see, but I can't for some reason.
Brenda can't see it either.
Yes, they see. Okay. Yeah, they see. That's fine. We'll just carry on like this, even though it's weird on my side.
Okay. Well, it seems like Brenda's maybe not working. Okay, Giovanna sees it.
Right,
Michelle sees it. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to share this list afterwards too, and you can take a look at it. If you can't see it now, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on in Gremlins. Okay. So that is the grow part. So I want to move on to the second G, which is get leads. Now this is super important. So this is 2 hours a day, okay? And the first part is active marketing, where you post engaging content on your Facebook wall and targeting Facebook groups about 15 minutes a day. And then you start up a new Facebook chat every 15 minutes, and now that's just saying, hi, how are you? You're not pitching anybody here. You're not telling them to join. What you're doing here is you're building a relationship, okay? And I can't stress that enough. Do not share any links. I'm not saying anybody here does that, because I'm sure you don't, but it goes without saying, I just want to say it, that nobody wants to be sold. They need to make the decision. So if, what you're doing here when you're starting a relationship is you're actually fishing for a problem that you can solve. So that's all you're doing here. So one important transition that I had in my business is at the very beginning, I honestly, to tell you the truth, I saw a lot of people as with a money sign on their forehead, like, oh, they need, I was genuine, like they need this product, but a lot of times they didn't. It's like it's not what they were looking for at that time. So now I changed it where, okay, I'm going to build a relationship, and I didn't have that desperation feeling, and I didn't try to sell to anybody. I just wanted to give everybody value now. So that's what it's all about. It's all giving about value. Even if it's like giving them little golden nuggets here and there, you at least planted the seed, like, oh my gosh, this chick knows some things, maybe I can come back. And that's when you say, you know what, if you want to learn more, this is where I got it from. And you just got to get in. Pull out your credit card and just get in. Okay, so, and what you do is, what they say for, people have probably heard this before, is money's in the follow-up. Always continue conversations with the past Facebook chats. So 30 minutes a day. So you just want to spend time and just build relationships. So then there's passive marketing when you do for an hour. So what you do is you create one piece of content where you do written or a video blog, okay? And for me, I do Facebook posts a lot, and then I blog. And there's places that I share my blog to on social media, like Twitter or not so much Instagram yet. I know there's a few people in the chat right now that are like Carrie Francis. She's like the queen of Instagram, so she's doing really, really well with that. So maybe I can probably just maybe go stalk her and see what she's doing and maybe implement what she's doing. And then another thing you want to do is, like I said, you share on social media in syndication groups, okay? And then also place solo ads and Facebook ads. If you have a marketing budget, this is what I made a mistake when I first got started. Like, oh, I'm just going to throw 50 bucks here, or I'm just going to throw 100 bucks here for, you know, an ad a day or something like that. I mean, it adds up pretty fast. You have to stick with a budget, and if you have any like return, if you made any sales or whatever, turn that back into the budget. That's what you have to do. That's how you do not get in the red. Okay? And another thing too, don't start Facebook ads if you have no clue what your niche is. You have to figure that out. Find out who they are. You know, take it down to like how many times they brush their teeth a day. You know, really hone down who you are targeting. Okay. So do we have any questions on get leads?
Nope, no questions.
All right. If I'm going too fast, I apologize. I am from Minnesota. I've had some coffee as well. And good thing is that this is, you can come back to this page and watch the replay. I tend to take notes when I'm looking, doing this kind of, you know, learning this kind of stuff. And then I go back to my notes and I can't read my handwriting. So sometimes it's like better to watch the replay and kind of take your time and go through the information. Okay, so the third G is the generate sales, which is the quote-unquote get paid. So this is the income-producing activity for sure. I mean, the rest of them are income-producing activity because you're growing, you're getting leads, and this is where it really comes down to, this is the moneymaker, okay? So you do this for an hour a day where you email your list. And this is super important. This is what I did not do when I first started was I didn't build my list. And I learned from I forgot Darren or Derek something. I can't remember his name. I'll figure it out in a second if it comes to me. But he says if you're not building your list, you're making a huge mistake because you want to get that from day one. So when I heard that, I'm like, well, I don't have anything to offer. You know what I mean? So like, what do I offer? Well, you can offer a piece of content. You can offer like a free ebook or something like that, or a hangout. You can offer this 24-hour marketing hangout. You know, get their email, have them enter in, and you know, use that InstaBuilder. If you don't have InstaBuilder, that's on the Kalatu Premium. You got to get it. That is like the awesome tool. I always say that it's InstaBuilder is the Insta game changer because we can make our own capture pages. You can get their email captured, get them to a hangout, and then you can email. You have the right to email that list on Hangouts. So that's what I do with my list. I email them Hangouts. So that would be the Thursday night. That would be the Monday night call, 24-hour marketing. You know, any hangout that's within the company that you can share your ID link so you can get credit for that sale. So always email your list. Now there's some, like how many times do I email my list a day? You know, it all depends. Get on a list from a leader, find out what they're doing, see if they're doing it every day. What are they, giving that to them? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to see they're going to share value. Blog posts, stories. Hey, get on this hangout. We're going to share some more value. Kind of like the 80-20 rule. You want to, or like the Gary Vaynerchuk, the jab, 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 hook. So you want to give more value, 80% value and 20% sale, if that makes sense. Like you want to give them the hook 20% of the time. And then that's just how you do it. The next thing is call to action on Facebook chat. Have them watch the video. So basically, hey, did you, give them a call to action. If you have a rapport with somebody that you want to do a follow-up, say if you have already told them, hey, watch this or watch that, have a follow-up. So that's where like you get them, sometimes people get busy. Sometimes they're like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that, and like maybe 10 minutes, or 2 seconds later, their kid like had a poopy diaper or something, and they have to go change it or something, and they get distracted. People get distracted. So that's why you want to do a follow-up, because it's not that they they hate you or they forgot about you. It's just sometimes something happens, and they have to get reminded. So if you feel like you're bugging them too much, I'm pretty sure that they'll probably tell you if they're, like, gosh, I'll get to it, blah, blah, blah. But, just it's okay. You're not going to bug them. Okay, that's all I got to say. The next one is a good get paid type of activity is new member coaching call with one new member. Now, I think Mike Hobbs says at least one new member. I think he's got like, I don't know how many people he brings in a day, but he made a comment where he's like, I don't have time. I'm starting to not have time to make all my welcome videos for my new members. He's getting super, super busy, where now he's down to like at least do one new member call where you call them up saying, hey, thank you for joining my business. You can, they have the phone numbers in the back office. You can call them up and say, let's get down to it. What are you looking for here? What's your end goal? What do you expect? What are you expecting to get out of this? I want to know, how can I help you? Okay, that also shows them that you're a real person and you actually care, because that's what you do. If you don't care in this business, I don't even know why you're here. To tell you the truth, it's like you have to like want to help them, because what does Zig Ziglar say? Isn't it like you help enough people get what they want and you'll get what you want? Isn't that how that goes? Something like that? I forgot. But do we have any questions so far?
If you want to get what you want, you got to help people get what they want.
Exactly. So, does anybody have any questions so far?
No, I'm just wondering if people are actually seeing the streaming, because Jen said it started at the beginning. Pops, can you confirm it's streaming?
Yeah, I'll do that. I just saw that too, and I asked her if it started over.
The heck is going on today?
I don't know. It still says live, I think. So, if anything, we can just send them to the...
Yeah, Kerry's watching. Kerry.
Okay. Oh, she's got a great question. Do you start a new campaign in your autoresponder for your list? And do you email your opt-ins who are already in your 30-day campaign? So I have a total of 3 lists for my business. My first is people opting into my opportunity to learn more about what I do. My second list is offering them a free webinar or something for free, and my third one is actually for my personal team list. So you want to figure out what kind of when you bring in people in, you want to figure out what are you going to send them, because you can't you have to be like Dave, you know what I'm talking about? Am I kind of right on track here?
No, I understand what you're talking about. I mean, I think everybody has kind of like their different strategy and how they approach it. You've got your leads list, so you've got your leads campaign when people come in, and you're basically giving them value on your leads list with an option to have a look at an opportunity as they go on down your actual campaign every single day. And then you have your buyers list, so when people actually have bought the product, you can send them value on how to actually get themselves further in the business with whatever training you've got available, whatever blog post you're doing, that sort of thing. And I mean, I've got so many lists that I send out to and so many campaigns because a lot of my time is spent on perfecting different campaigns. I can't tell you how many times I've redone a buyer's list or worked on a new one. And I'm sure Katie can verify that I've told her that, she'll often talk to me and I'll say, I'm redoing my list because I just want to tweak it. I want to make it better. I want to see if there's any faults, make sure that all the links are working, that sort of thing.
Yep, exactly, and that's what I'm going to say. There's a difference between having like 20 different lists, because I've seen that in different hangouts and training sessions where somebody shows the back office of their GetResponse, and you see a huge list. That doesn't mean that all of them are active. I mean, it depends on what they're doing in their business. So I have like maybe 10 campaigns, but only 3 of them are active because that's where I'm bringing in people into my funnel. So everybody gets that, the get paid type thing, where you're active and connecting with people, and okay.
Some people are not seeing the live video at the moment. It's doing weird things to people.
Just keeps going back to the first 8 minutes. Oh, that's so weird. So should we just keep...
No, we'll keep going.
Okay.
Katie, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give people a link inside the chat to watch the live streaming as you're watching it now, so I'll do that now.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead while you do that. I'm going to go to the last G, the 4th G, which is get off your butt, and that's 15 minutes a day. And this, again, this is for part-time. Okay, 4 hours a day. It's broken down to 4 hours a day. This sounds pretty simple. Like if you already have a full-time job where you're already there for 8 hours a day, it's just 4 more hours. I know I say just 4 more hours, but those 4 hours are going to get what you want a hell of a lot more than those 8 hours that you're wasting your time at your job, because nobody gets rich at a job. So, so the last one is get off your butt in 15 minutes. Now this is kind of cool. I love how Mike brought this up, where you work out, you make sure you drink water, and eat clean. Okay, so no processed foods, because what you want to do is you want to keep your mind sharp, you want to keep your body healthy, you want to keep vibrant and keep energy up. If you eat like crappy food all the time, like fast food, like you feel like you're on the go all the time, I can understand that, but there's a lot of foods that can get whipped up pretty fast in the kitchen. Okay, so make sure you don't do any processed foods. You want to keep your energy up, and you want to keep yourself healthy, so keep your wits about you, right? Is that how they say it? So keep your mind sharp and stuff like that. So lastly, real quick, and then we want to get into the DK chat. So that is the part-time hours. If you're going to go full-time, just add more time in the proper places. Okay, so 2-hour grow, 3-hour get leads, 2-hour generate sales, and 1-hour workouts. So that is that. That is definitely an awesome 4G daily prosperity checklist. I think that is super, super awesome. If you guys do that every day, you're going to see a dramatic change. You're going to know what you're doing every day. You're going to get excited every day, and it's just going to help out a lot. So if that list alone would get me excited to get up every morning, because I know what I got to do, instead of sitting there like, oh, what do I got to do today? You know, what do I got to do? You know, that kind of thing, because I've been there. It sucks. Usually, you know, and then all of a sudden 4 hours pass by, and you're like, I didn't do a dang thing, which I could have had those 4 hours of things done already. You know? So I hope that helps. That's the 4G checklist.
That's the worst part for me, is goofing off or getting trailed off somewhere else, and then I got to beat myself up, along with trying to catch up. And the further you get distracted, the more you have to do in order to get caught up, and it's just, oh my God, it's just a mess. You're better off staying on track.
Yeah, it's very, I know what it's like staying off track, believe me. That's definitely something I know about. Katie, thank you for that. I'm sure a lot of people found so much value in what you said. I do want to say, sorry about the problems today, guys. This is like the first time in a long time it's happened. I will do my absolute best not to make sure this happens again. But you will be able to catch this full replay of the Sectoral Hangout if you come back later. But I want to get on to this DK chat. Now, this is something that came about very interestingly, but before I get into the actual strategy, I want to talk to you guys about something that happened to me early on today. So I'm just minding my own business, catching up with people, chatting to a lot of my team, and I get this message, and somebody says, hi. And I think, cool, okay, I'll say, how you doing? How can I help you? My typical response. And the first thing they do is just throw me a business opportunity and say, join my team. And I was like, are you serious? And this guy had contacted me a week or so before, and I think he was just going through a list of people he was talking about. And so I said, I'm sorry, man, I've already tried this. He was trying to get me into Bitcoin. I know it's a viable thing, and a lot of people are doing it, but I've done that. I've run that mile, and I'm not doing it anymore. And I just told him as much. I said, look, I have no interest in investing in Bitcoin or mining it because I know how much work goes into it, and I've traded before. I know there's huge stress levels when you do that sort of thing. I'm sorry, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. And he says, okay, bye. Like, end of conversation. And I just thought, man, that's terrible. So what I did is I wrote back to him. I said, hey, man, look, just a little free advice here. If you're going to be responding, if you're going to be talking to people on Facebook, build up some sort of rapport, some sort of relationship with the person, give them value, and then so that they can come back to you whenever you've got some free advice. And that's what I did. I gave him free advice, and after that, he still says, join our business. I mean, I was having it up to here. So as a result of that, I wrote a post on Facebook, and this is where we're getting into the strategy. Now, Katie and myself, we were masterminding, as we do quite a bit, and if you guys don't have an accountability partner, let me say, first of all, that you should get one because it absolutely helps your business 100%. And we were just talking about this type of conversation we have with people. And I have been noticing a lot of the time that some of the leaders, David Wood as well, he makes a statement, but he never seems to respond. Okay, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, but the majority of the time, he doesn't really like somebody's comment. He doesn't really respond. You have a look at those posts, and he doesn't do that. And it got me thinking, why on earth would he be doing that? And then I suddenly remembered that a few weeks ago, David Wood said that he was chatting to people on Facebook. And I thought, how would you actually go about doing it? So Katie and I were talking, and we were talking about this idea of having conversations with people on Facebook and how you could actually get through to people without being so pushy and so pitchy about your business. And we've come up with something really, really good, and that's why we call it the DK Chat, because we were talking about it, Dave and Katie, and we couldn't call it Katie Chat because then it would sound like Katie. So we called it the DK Chat, and this is the way it goes. All right. So what you do is, and it's very, very interesting the way this works, because if you do it right, you can get a person to almost join you automatically just by the way that you do this. So what you do is you write a post, and you write a post that's somewhat controversial. You write it so that it makes people think. All right. I wrote a post a while back about people asking me why they can't do free, why they can't have a system for free. And I was kind of venting a bit, and I was saying, this really frustrates me why people ask for free systems because it drives me crazy. What do you think? But it was a long post, and I thought through it, and I left it. And I left it for a few days, and people started commenting on it, like what they thought, which is very helpful because people learn like that. And that's what you should be doing, and we should be encouraging others to do the same. But what had happened is somebody had interjected the conversation and started an argument and saying, these business guys, they don't tell you anything about the business, they just want you to join. And here's where the strategy comes in. You don't respond on the post. You message them personally. You go to their Facebook chat and you say, hey, man, I hear that people aren't explaining stuff to you. Do you want me to help? And more than likely, because they have asked for something, you're going to respond back. And when you respond back, they asked for it. So it's kind of like they're asking you for the opportunity. And so what you do is you say, you don't be as blunt as saying, join my business. You just say, you know what? We have a hangout every week on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why don't you go ahead and come and see what it's about? And you can go and check us out and see how real we are and real people. And what was interesting about that conversation is this person ended up opting into my list and joining. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen every single time, but it is certainly a lot better than pitching people left, right, and center with the normal Facebook hustle, all right? And the Facebook hustle, if you know what that is I mean, it's similar to the fact that you're looking up what they write about, you look at the profile, then you start a conversation. But if you can start a controversial conversation on Facebook and they get people to actually start arguing and having their say and asking questions, you can message them and even just say, hey man, thanks for the like and thanks for the comment. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody will be like, whoa, they responded. Why don't I just respond back? And hey man, that was really great. I'm really get a lot of value out of what you're saying. And then I just respond, say, hey, you know what? We have a hangout on Monday. Why don't you come and join us? And you can see what we're all about. I'm not pitching them. I'm not shoving them anything in their face. All I'm doing is I am presenting them with an opportunity without being pushy. Now, what do you guys think? Do you like that? I really, really like it because it's gotten me a lot of leads, and it really has helped my business grow. So that's something you can implement in your business like today, all right? You know, and not just make up stuff, you know, come across something that really, and this is where you get your training from your audios, you learn about things that maybe you don't understand or makes you angry or you just have questions about it. Put it out there on Facebook so you can get people's opinions, because when people give their opinions, they love giving opinions. And the great thing about the strategy is you're not selling anything. All you're doing is you're presenting value, and when you present value, and the bigger the value generally, the more people are going to respond, and the more you're going to be getting an opportunity to interact with them. And that's what happens over a long period of time. Now, when you're inside of Empower Network and you do this for a while, what happens is over like weeks and months, people are watching you all the time because they're constantly coming back. So when you're posting new stuff, they will remember you, and that way you can engage with people all the time. So that is the DK chat. So you instigate an opinion, you wait for people to respond, and then new people who you've never seen before, the first thing you do is you message them and say, hey, thanks for the like, thanks for the comment, I really appreciate it. And then you wait for them to respond. And then when they say, hey man, they'll say something like, it's my pleasure, or I really appreciate it. And then you can, depending on how they answer it, you can be subtle about the way that you speak to them. And you've just got to be careful about how you go about doing this. But the point is, they reached out to you first on the blog post, and so you're just reaching out back to them. And that is something which I think you can use inside of your business and really grow. So with that being said, I hope that it makes sense. Katie, did it make sense?
Yeah, it made total sense, and there's people loving it in those comments. And Dr. Wade said that the conversations on Facebook really should be just like D and K are doing, where it's really all about helping people authentically. Okay.
That's right.
Get rid of that $sign, because you don't need to be desperate for that sale. You want to help people authentically and genuinely. Okay.
Yeah, it really is you've got to have that mindset. You've got to, if somebody messages you, the first thing you've got to be able to answer them back with is, how can I help? Or how can I be of service? What's going on? Try to be different. Stand out from the crowd. Don't be that, because you know the irony is, this is the irony. Everybody hates to be sold to. They just hate it. Okay? Nobody loves it. But everybody loves to buy all sorts of things. And when you can get them to make the decision to buy, that's being a good salesman. If you can actually get them to make it their idea to ask you, man, that is when you really know what you're doing. So that is the key to really selling. And this principle goes through everything on what we do. When you blog, on YouTube, you're just providing value. The more value you provide, the more important you are to them. And the more important you are to them, the more they're going to be interested in you. So when you start developing a huge database of information, and people look at what you're supporting or endorsing, they're going to be interested in that, and that's really what you want to do. So stop being a Facebook hawker and start being a Facebook solution provider. Okay, that is what you want to do. I think we have like 2 minutes left before the Empower Hour. And guys, I want to suggest that you get on that Empower Hour. This is something Katie Pops and myself do. We actually get on and we listen to it together. You need to be able to do that. If you don't have an accountability partner, go ahead and find one, sort one out, because it really does help your business. And I want to give a shout out to Nurse Brenda, to Chris Pies, to Kerry Francis, to everybody on this hangout, Jamie, and Wade, Dr. Wade, Arlene, I know is watching,
Jennifer Hill, Michelle Sorensen. I want to say thanks, Pops, for helping me with the comments. I couldn't do it without you because I don't think you think women can multitask? I don't have any kids, so I can't multitask.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
I'm okay with that.
We're going to say goodbye, and we will see you guys next week, hopefully with no gremlins on board. And you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
See y'all.
Cheers.